Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm going to tap right in and get a current circumstance for the planetary system. There's some stuff going on. Mostly not pleasant. So let's check it out, shall we? All right. In the central energy, planetary circumstance, what's going on? Seven of Cups. Somebody's in a delusion or an illusion, or they're trying to create some kind of confusion. They're in a fantasy. And they're trying to push their fantasy off on other people as though it's a reality. You know, they're out there saying that this is satanic, and it's simply not. It's simply not. It's just a tool, a simple tool. And who I'm tapping into is upper dimensional wisdom. But they think if they say it often enough that it'll stick, it'll be true. It's weird how these word magicians, they think that if they say something often enough, it makes it true. In the challenge position, we've got the Four of Wands. Somebody could be confused. They're trying to spin an illusion regarding you coming home. They're challenged because you're coming home. In the subconscious, Knight of Wands. In the recent past, the World card. Something has ended, and you're coming into wealth. And you got a victory here. You could be moving forward in something. Intentions, expectations. Well, we've got the Five of Swords, defeat, conflict, defeat, and heartbreak. So they're really upset over something, perhaps in a trauma. Maybe they were abusing you and it bounced back on them. the near future. Four of Swords. Something's being laid to rest. Somebody's in poverty. It's a big scandal. Perhaps your recuperation means that there's a big scandal here. Your healing. Five of Cups, disappointment in this lens that's being looked through. In the environment. Seven of Pentacles, your hard work is paying off. Hopes and fears. King of Pentacles. And the outgoing energy. Four of Pentacles. You might have control of the foundation. Somebody's being greedy. Somebody wants it. High Priestess. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is here. And somebody's in a nightmare. And a betrayal. Maybe they betrayed the High Priestess. Maybe they want to. King of Swords is here. Knowing the truth about somebody. A Page of Swords coming up regarding an inheritance. And we've got Six of Swords in the reverse. They're refusing to change. So they want to keep coming in. The Page that has been harassing you in the history with this Devil energy. So they're still coming in. They're you know, doing what they do. Trying to gain. Trying to make gain. Trying to make gain. So there's a fantasy or an illusion in the environment, or I mean, in the central energy. Somebody might be confused. And this came out and it popped into the reverse. So it looks like everything is not okay for somebody. Living in a fantasy, whatever they thought was going to happen, it didn't happen. Their challenge is the Four of Wands, a marriage, a coming home, a sense of belonging. And you're setting boundaries. With your accusers. Knight of Wands. Wants to come in and be charming. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your energy. Love yourself. This is a completion of a cycle or something with an accomplishment and a victory with the Chariot. You're moving forward. Thanks for being here, everybody. You are safe. The storm is raging. You are safe. And you're doing less computer stuff, Maybe you're relaxing your mind. You're kind of moving away from this technology that's been kind of tapping into your mind. Five of Swords, defeat, conflict. We've got trauma, grief, depression. You chose yourself. Four of Swords, you're taking a break or something is being laid to rest. With the Five of Pentacles, poverty, hardship, sickness. Somebody might be sick. You're trusting actions. Words are easy. People can talk a good talk. They do, man. We got a lot of wordsmiths, a lot of word magicians out there. They really know how to talk a good talk. But something's being laid to rest. There's a scandal. Words are easy. Patterns are truth. Trust in the actions of people. Your own actions. Divine feminine, divine masculine. It could be that this is the end. Yeah, it could be that this is, you're recuperating. It could be that you're recuperating and healing from poverty and sickness, or your recuperation is causing that for somebody else. Words are easy. You know, people talk a good talk, and they think if they say it often enough that it's going to actually program your mind to believe it. It's one of the word magician's favorite thing to get into your head and repeat until you believe it's true, or until somebody psychically believes it's true about you. Five of Cups, disappointment and regret. Somebody's focused on failure. Even machines need to power down. You're giving it a rest. And we've got life is absurd. Laugh a little. Seven of Pentacles, in the environment. Your hard work pays off. You're experiencing some growth. Woo! You're stepping away from the machine. You don't need to solve everything today. King of Pentacles here. There's a businessman. Celebrating small wins. So he's achieved his wealth the proper way. This is a wealthy businessman who earned his wealth the proper way. Four of Pentacles here. We've got greed. So it came out in the reverse. So the Four of Pentacles, greed, hoarding, control, like they're out of hope. Nobody knows what's going on. They got to try again. Drink water. So nobody knows what hope does not exist. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's improvising. They have failed here. And we've got, they could be needing water. We got some stuff going on where, you know, in the past months, I've psychically picked up on people being worried about their water supply. I was just reading about Dubai today. That seems to be There seems to be something going on there. It's real hot, apparently. So they're in a fantasy and illusion. We've got everything will be okay in the reverse. There's scarcity. Some kind of shortage is going on. Somebody's experiencing losses. They're challenged by your coming home and setting boundaries. Your peace is allowed to exist. Incomplete. You're setting boundaries. Somebody's challenged because they are in limbo. You've got boundaries. So they were not able to complete something. They're experiencing scarcity. Knight of Wands. Being kind to themselves. They got to learn how to be kind to themselves. They deserve the same kindness. So they're thinking they got to learn how to be kind to themselves. To love the inner light body, the celestial being within them, the God within them. We got judgment and liberation. Freedom. So the judgment for this Knight of Wands appears to be freedom and an opportunity to learn how to love themselves. Completion of a cycle. Accomplishment. Nine of Cups. The Chariot here. You're in control. Could be moving forward. You are safe. This moment is okay. You're doing less of this computer stuff. We got somebody's resisting. And they're very immature. You could be resisting immaturity. You're going to do less communicating with somebody who wants to be immature. You're safe. Everything's okay. Five of Swords, defeat, abuse, heartbreak, Three of Swords, trauma, because you chose yourself. Invitation. So there could be some kind of an invitation for romance, but you chose yourself. And somebody's impatient. They're arrogant. They want to get back in your energy. So somebody's impatient. They want to invite you, make a love offer. They're getting impatient. And we got creation, the Empress. So somebody's making a love offer to the Empress, but they're getting very impatient. They're very arrogant and thoughtless. regarding this divine feminine who chose herself. You're allowed to come first. Your recuperation, or you're laying something to rest, you're taking a break, you're healing, is bringing, you're healing from hardship. You're trusting actions rather than words. Words are, you know, we got a lot of word magicians out there, and they love to spin the mind of everybody that they come into contact with. But you're trusting actions. Patterns are the truth. We've got improvement. So there has been improvement. Circumstances are beginning to improve, opening new doors to financial stability. You're recuperating after hardship. 5 of Cups, disappointment and regret. We've got even machines need to power down. You might need to rest. The machines are resting. You're giving the machines a rest. AI is being powered down. Life is absurd. Laugh a little. They're running out of water. We're undergoing a transition. They didn't get the energy. They didn't get the energy, but they're still trying. It requires a relationship for them to do a harvest of an actual soul. So yeah, they're targeting this Empress, and the Empress is like, or maybe somebody wants a love offer with the Empress and they're getting very impatient because of this immaturity. Seven of Pentacles, your hard work is paying off. We're stepping away from this machine, this beast. Giving it a rest. They're very upset. Emptiness. They're empty. There's no love in them. Very cold. So this is an endless consumer. You're stepping away from the endless consumer that is empty. There's no love in them. Numb. King of Pentacles is here, celebrating small wins. Progress is progress. You're celebrating small wins. What is this? We got a defeat. A painful ending to a relationship or situation. Feels devastating, but there is hope for renewal. It could be that there's a King of Pentacles celebrating small wins. Somebody's defeated. This beast. Celebrating small wins. Oops. Yeah, celebrating small wins with this empty-hearted or empty-souled beast. Could be that it's defeated. Whatever it is, it's defeated. It's empty. There's no emotion. There's no soul. There's no nothing. It's absurd. We're undergoing a transition. Four of Pentacles, the greedy hoarders of the foundation are out of hope. Nobody knows what to do or what's happening here. You got all kinds of different people here, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what's going on. Everybody's improvising. They need to try again. Failure is part of the map. And we've got drink water. Hydration first, existential crisis later. Completion. Completion. They didn't get the water. They didn't get the energy. But apparently they're going to try one last time, and they really feel that they will be successful. Deceit. So they're out there trying to deceive with their trickery, with their word magic. And so you need to use your discernment regarding the illusion that they're trying to spread confusion about a high priestess. Who's very calm in this overly critical, harsh verbiage. These accusations, which are false, they're all false. We could be gaining momentum here. There could be a sudden change and a celebration. You're leaving behind a legacy. Yeah. I have been guided to purify the energy, to fast and, get rid of the impurities in the body. We're undergoing a significant energetic change. So we really need to free up space for the energy flow. If you eat heavy food, then all of your energy has to go to process it. So I've kind of been guided to fast so that the energy is freely available for whatever is happening right now. So somebody's in a fantasy and everything is not okay. They're experiencing some kind of scarcity, some kind of shortage, some kind of loss. Silence. They might have lost the ability to speak. Everything is not okay. They might be getting silenced. There's a sense of belonging, a coming home. You're setting boundaries here. Peace is allowed to exist. These people are pushing in. They're not able to cross your boundaries. They really want to. They're loud. They're obnoxious. Incomplete messaging. So whatever flawed planning they had, made it difficult to what? Send messages. This could be the digital framing system. You could be setting boundaries with these people who are copycatting you on the digital network. Knight of Wands is very energetic and charming. He's being kind to himself. He deserves the same kindness that he gives everybody else. And the judgment here for him is liberation, freedom. He's not a mirror. He hasn't been mirroring anybody or stealing anybody's identity. He is who he is. He deserves kindness. Judgment is liberation. He's not a mirror. He's a real person. It's a completion of a cycle, an accomplishment with the Chariot here. You are safe in this storm. You're doing less of the mental computer stuff. And we got resistance for immaturity. Snake, the liar. There could be resistance from somebody who is immature, a lying snake. Or maybe you are resisting the snake, the liar. Like they're out there trying to spew, threats, and it's got to be this or it's got to be that, or you're going to go suffer eternal freaking soul-sucking hell or whatever, I mean, lots of people, they really like to pump out the fear right at this time. There could be an invitation for love, and somebody is getting impatient regarding the Empress. Somebody could be impatient regarding this exhibit, the Empress being used as some kind of an exhibit. Sacrificing. Somebody might want to be giving a romantic offer. They're very impatient here because they need to sacrifice the Empress. Four of Swords, healing and recuperation from poverty. You're trusting in the actions. Words are easy. Patterns are truth. There is improvement for the Rose. For those who have been sacrificed. Assistance. Shelter. Five of Cups, regret, rest. Even machines need to power down. Life is absurd, laugh a little. We're undergoing a transition. Somebody might be walking away with the Eight of Cups. Going on a quest. Look for doing an investigation. Transition. There could be a walking away due to an investigation. Seven of Pentacles, hard work pays off. You're stepping away from the machine that is empty, cold, and numb, rejected. It's a miracle. Dreams are coming true. King of Pentacles, celebrating small wins, and we got defeat. A small win, somebody's defeated. They reached a dead end. Something is collapsing. Somebody's drinking. Could be a King of Pentacles only got a small win. Defeated. They could be drinking. Four of Pentacles, greedy foundation keeper. It has run out of hope. Nobody knows what to do. Failure is part of the map. And we got drink water, hydration first. Existential crisis later. So this is a competition. Those who are in competition with you so you've discovered the core of the problem, the key people of your aggressors. And we've got reconciliation and commitment. You might be meeting somebody. There's an understanding of what's been going on here. Your protection is committed, very dedicated. You might be encountering love at first sight. There's a change. You solved the puzzle. You could be remembering something and you have transformed. You could be newborn. Evolution. Like throughout this thing, you've really improved. The rose has improved. So you have improved in your strength and your courage and your practices. Not just words, but practices of improvement. So your value has increased. You're offering shelter. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse for the rose. Somebody is in eternal regret. Some forgotten person, perhaps. Here. Because you're getting a wish. You never gave up hope. You've discovered the hidden things, the hidden truth about why everybody's single, why you're single and independent, alone. You're ascending and you're going home and you're getting a new beginning. And there will be no more harvesting sexually off of the people. This is divine timing. Yeah, so it's energy, you know, and we got a lot of people out there that are very upset and they want to try one more time to gain this rose, to take the rose, the Empress. Somebody might be, there could be an invitation of love, but we've got the Empress here and we've got street exhibit, so somebody might be impatient with the way this Empress has been treated. The caretaker. Somebody's in an illusion, in a fantasy. Everything will not be okay. They're experiencing scarcity, shortages, and losses. And we got silence. They want you to be quiet. They are quiet. They're being silenced. They could be losing gifts, laid to rest. Something's being laid to rest. Challenged by your coming home and setting boundaries. They were not able to complete some communication. They're in limbo. They can no longer communicate with you because you've set boundaries here with these people. They're no longer able to communicate with you. You're cutting them off. Could be digital connections. Something like 7.5 billion. Now, you know, this nano dust and whatever is inside the body of everybody. You can feel it in the legs from the knees down at night as it's, it feels kind of like parasites moving around, but I think it's their monitoring system over your vessel, this AI stuff, but something's going on here. So they cannot complete a message, a call record. They're in limbo, unfinished business. They can no longer get into your head. They're uneasy. They can't get into your head. Knight of Wands is here, energetic and charming. He's being kind to himself, learning how to love the light vessel within him, the celestial being that he is on the inside, or who walks with him, the energy of God. The judgment for this one is liberation and freedom, because he did not mirror anybody. He's not a copycat. He didn't dump anything to anybody's mirror. Speak up. He could be speaking up about mirrors. He could be providing evidence. This is a completion of a cycle. You've made an accomplishment, Nine of Cups. With the Chariot here, you could be moving forward. You're safe in this storm. This moment is okay. You're doing less of this computer stuff, and there is resistance from immature liars, these snakes. Attacked. They attacked a grounded person. They attacked somebody who's in alignment with the energy of the earth. One with the energy of the earth. They have been lying very immaturely. They think that because they say something often enough that it makes it true, which is just kind of whacked. So they attacked somebody, this Empress, who is grounded. We got an invitation for romance. They're very impatient here, arrogant, thoughtless about the Empress. They want to sacrifice her. They're not able to take action. They attacked this Empress who's very grounded with their lies, with their immaturity. They're upset you chose yourself. You don't want romance with these people. You know that they're out looking for energy, looking for a harvest. You're like, get away from me, man. Yeah, isolation. Somebody could be impatient. Like somebody may offer you love and they could be getting very impatient, but this is arrogant. So this is an arrogant jackwagon that wants to sacrifice the Empress and put her back in isolation. They attacked her in the recent past. They're very eager to put her back in isolation. They need a relationship in order to do it. They need permission to get in the energy. They want to force their way in. Somebody could be getting laid to rest and experiencing hardship because of this. You're trusting in your actions. Words are easy, patterns are truth. There has been improvement, perhaps, in the stability of the rose. Yes, very strong. So they're in regret and disappointment. The machines need to power down. You know, got to give it a rest. Life is absurd. Laugh a little. We're undergoing a transition. Somebody could be walking away. There's been an investigation. Somebody could be looking for something. Caretaker. We're undergoing a transition, walking away, releasing what no longer serves to search for deeper meaning and more authentic paths. The caretaker is here doing some investigation. I heard wherever this is, there's a country or something out there where these devices are being confiscated. It's a miracle. We're moving away from the AI stuff. They're in very much regret. You know, they need water. They didn't get the energy out of this caretaker. Life is absurd. Laugh a little. You're walking away. There's been an investigation done by the caretaker. Your hard work is paying off. You're stepping away from the machine. The empty, cold, numb, non-loving being. It's a miracle. Dreams are coming true. Balance is restored. So King of Pentacles was celebrating small wins, and we got defeat. So he's defeated. Dead end. He could be drinking. You stepped away from this machine. Healing in reverse. They've lost their healer. Desperate to get it back. This caretaker back. They desperately need a romantic relationship with this Empress so that they can sacrifice her and leave her in isolation again. That's their intention and expectation. They attacked her in the recent past. This resistant, immature snake attacked a grounded person, an Empress. So we got the greedy hoarder, like they're out of hope. Nobody knows what to do. Failure is part of the map. They got to try again. Drink water. They could be having some issues with the water supply. This competitor is the key. Maybe they see you as the key. You've discovered the core of the problem. In this competition here, the key is armored up. And there's memories of temperance. And things falling apart. Or maybe things are falling apart due to the history of what they've been doing to temperance. Yeah. You could be listening setting boundaries with your intimate source connections, your actual psychic skills, not just, the tools, but the actual source connection. And it could be that the teachers are setting boundaries here. Because what? We got the High Priestess, the stranded High Priestess was is making an offering to a community. Who are bringing death to the secret garden? The gatekeepers in past lives. Yeah. Childlike, immature, liar. A whole circle of them. We got appreciation for love. They got opinions about your love. They don't think that you speak right, dress right, present right, you know, because they got a script and they've been following it for thousands of years, and you don't fit. You're the Empress, the rose who has grown stronger after all of this abuse, after all of these attacks, after all of these lies. And they just go out there and talk, you know. Spirit signal, a portal is awakening. So, yeah. Seven of Cups, illusionists. Things are not going to be okay. They're suffering some sort of scarcity. They could be being silenced, laid to rest. Coercion. And spirit signal and a portal is awakening. A passage reveals itself. Step through with courage and wonder. Signs are flashing. Pay attention to the nudges. So it could be that they're being silenced, laid to rest. A portal is awakening. They got a new destination. They're challenged by this Four of Wands. Coming home and you're setting boundaries. Your peace is allowed to exist. We've got an incomplete message and they're uneasy. Or there's a message of incomplete and they're uneasy. Drifting between realms. It could be that they got to get off the planet and they're not allowed to be anywhere now because these people are in trouble with the Celestials, all of the tribes, for what they have been doing to their children, to their genetics. Knight of Wands is confident, being kind himself, going to learn how to love the Christ within. The Judgment is liberation and freedom. They did not mirror anybody. They're speaking up, and when they speak, they're an original. Like when they speak, things come alive. So they actually have the power of the Celestial inside of them. They're not a mirror. They're not pretending. It's an actual Knight of Wands. So they get to what they're going free. They're not a mirror. They're speaking up. They bring life. They speak life into the world. And they are going to learn how to be kind to themselves, knowing that they deserve it. Yeah, you got soft armor. Thank you, B. Patterson. You don't have to be hard to be strong. So this is a completion of a cycle. The World card, we got an accomplishment here. You're in the Chariot. You're moving on. You're very confident. You're safe here in this storm. You're doing less of the computer stuff. I mean, you might have noticed that I wasn't on the computer for the last 3 days, so I kind of was taking a break. We got some resistance from an immature snake, a liar, pants on fire, who attacked a grounded Empress. There's an unopened letter. There's an invitation for romance. They're very impatient to get this Empress isolated again. Bring them back into the rose fold. Or maybe somebody who wants to give you a love offer is impatient with the sacrifice and the isolation of the Empress. They're sick of it. Done with it. This is ending. The sacrifice and the isolation of the Empress is ending. Or somebody wants to sacrifice and make sure that she doesn't go through the door. She chose herself. Open ending. The ending is closed on that cycle. Somebody's impatient with that. Somebody's sick and tired of these Empresses getting sacrificed. Four of Swords, your recuperation from a hardship. Trust in actions. Words are easy, patterns are truth. There has been improvement in the Rose's strength. And an invitation. An unseen force asks you to cross into the unknown. Will you answer? We've got 5 of Cups. Disappointment. They're in regret because we've got the machines are powering down. Life is absurd. Laugh a little. We've got a transition, walking away. There has been an investigation by the caretaker. And we got sacred pause in the reverse. There is no more pause. The sacred pause is over. The caretaker has completed the investigation. Hard work is paying off. Stepping away from the computers that are empty inside. Coldness, numb. They could just be AI. Like you'll never see them anywhere except for on the internet or on the television. It's a miracle. Balance is being restored. We got moonlocked. In the reverse, you're not under a spell. You're no longer locked to the moon. Like there's no magnetism. These guys, they've been talking about gates. And they've been talking about like if there's medicine in the body, like there's a program on these gates or on somebody's gate that if there's medicine in the body that you can't go through, like you get stuck. But here we got moonlocked in the reverse. So it's like you're balanced and you're not moonlocked. Soulfuge. King of Pentacles, who's been celebrating small wins, is in a defeat, hitting a dead end. Things are collapsing all the way around them. This is a 10 of Swords. They're drinking. They lost their healer, who has returned to wholeness, and they're in this union here. The Rose has improved on their strength. Getting an invitation. We've got a 4 of Pentacles, greedy hoarders, no longer have hope. Nobody knows what to do. Everybody's improvising. Failure is part of the map. They got to try again. They need to drink water. Their hydration first. Existential crisis is going on here. They were competing with you, being very aggressive, and you have discovered the core of the problem, the key people, and you are armored up. Ghost of you. You are protected. You are protected. You could be protected from the ghost of you. You're protected from becoming a ghost. You discovered the key people who have been doing such things. And we got a vanishing point. It could be the ghost of you is experiencing vanishing point. You're going to leave this place. Go back home. While these other ones go backwards. It did not have to be violent to be final with the sacred shadow. Didn't have to be that way. We got a cave of echoes and stardust. He was never coming. You waited for somebody who only existed in your hopes. And cave of echoes. Two heights are aligned with the soul map, and you're receiving a pull. There could be a gate that you're going to about ready to go through, lucid pathways, for your light was left on and you are being invited to these cosmic threads. There's some folks here that say you should be careful of what you say because you might curse yourself or whatever, but it's like the judgments have already been made. And it's kind of scary because you got this snake, a liar, that's just out there attacking relentlessly. They don't want to let go. Apparently, this entity is going to try one more time to take you, Rose, Empress. So we got the illusionist out there experiencing scarcity. Everything is not going to be okay. They're being silenced. They're being laid to rest. A portal is awakening and they're stepping through with courage and wonder. Signs are flashing. It could be that spirit signal is sending them somewhere. They're being moved through some kind of gate. I don't know, maybe. Workplace affair. You're setting boundaries here. Your peace is allowed to exist. Four of Wands, marriage, coming home. The message is that they were not able to complete a cycle and they are uneasy. Drifting realms, let go of the map. You're meant to float for now. They're under anxiety. Under pressure. Knight of Wands, confident, be kind to themselves. They're learning how to love the light being inside of them. The judgment is they're free because they were not mirroring anybody. They're a real person who speaks life into everything. They got soft armor. They don't need to be hard and brutal to be strong. We got secret accounts. Could be spying on people from secret accounts. Somebody might be spying on them. You're protected. You could be protected from those people who are spying on you from secret accounts. This is a completion of a cycle. 9 of Cups accomplishment. They're in your chariot. You're moving on. You're safe from this storm. You're doing less computer stuff. But this immature snake is resisting. They have attacked you. And you remain grounded. There's an unopened letter here from a shady mask wearer. Snake. Invitation of love. Impatient with the Empress being sacrificed as a rose and isolated. We've got open ending in the reversed. And somebody's not happy. They're not able to go through the door. You're healing from this hardship. It's scandalous. Words are easy, patterns are truth. You're trusting the actions. There's improvement here with the strength of the rose. And you're getting an invitation, and it's goodbye. There's gates happening right now. And this is what I'm telling you. Some of the gates that we're going through require pure energy. It's like if there's some stuff in your body that weighs heavy or whatever, like they keep saying medicine. No, I don't know. You know, God's all powerful and God can do whatever they want, regardless of the lies and the deceit and the entrapment. But we got goodbye. You're leaving. This could be bad news. They're in regret. You're giving the machines a rest. They're powering down. Life is absurd. We're undergoing a transition and you're walking away from something with the 8 of Cups. You've looked for and did an investigation. So there was an investigation by the caretaker, or maybe the caretaker, and there's no more pause. No more pause. Moving forward. You found the caretaker. Hard work pays off. You're stepping away from the machine. Those cold, numb people who cannot love. Dreams are coming true. Balance is restored. You're not moonlocked. You're not moonlocked. You got miss you. Somebody might miss you. You might miss somebody. King of Pentacles is celebrating small wins and a defeat. The dead end. They're at a dead end. They had a small win. They're drinking. They lost their healer, who has been returned to wholeness. Queen Bee. The greedy hoarders are out of hope. Nobody knows what to do. They failed. They got to try again, and they don't have any water. The competition, those who are aggressive, you have found the key people, the core of the problem of this, and the ghost of you is going to experience a vanishing point. You are armored up. We got living in the moment. Legal matters. The thug has legal matters. Regarding romance and what they've been doing to it. Spiritual fake guru could be running from a firestorm of karma. Freaking psycho. Yes, because you are praying for a marriage, or you are in a marriage, and it's faithful, it's loyal, it's true, and it's source connected, divine. Somebody who is a third-party enemy might be getting readings on you, but it's too late. for them to separate the twin flames. The true colors are seen regarding sex addicts who have been keeping secrets regarding karmic lessons. They're feeling like shit about the history of what they've been doing here, because a divine masculine is free, moving on and letting go. Divine masculine is leaving behind the Jezebel. They're guilty, they're ashamed that you have illuminated your path, the truth, regarding these people doing love spells on others who have spiritual gifts, so that Mr. Arrogant, whatever the hell, can bump heads and then steal those gifts. Pretend that he was clever and source connected. Their wish to sweet talk you is in the funeral. Rejected. Phony baloney. They're upset. They're very upset. They're heartbroken. They're getting arrested for backstabbing and hurting people. God is fed up with it. God is fed up with it. And these guys are in massive regrets. They fell into the trap of a side hustle. Energetic harvesting. They're drinking. They don't have any job. They're bad credit. They've lost their water. They've lost their energy. Yeah. And we've got these happily single people who popped the question and then what? Replaced divine feminine. Reckless sex, no strings. With the beloved child of the divine. So we got shocking news. We're closing this cycle on the fake busy people who cannot love, who did this kind of shit. They love to hate you. They might have recently tried to sacrifice you. And now they're effed up over you. They're talking about transfer. There's a lot of transfer happening. Gates are opening, and these people, so what they're saying here, these machines, these robots and such, what they're saying is that they have technology in the body that can be activated and actually blow up the universe. And they're threatening God and the celestial realms that if they don't do what they want them to do, that they can just blow it all up. And it could very well be, I don't know, I've heard some things out there, so right? So yeah, the fantasy, the illusionist, everything is not okay. They're experiencing scarcity. They could be laying to rest, going silent. A portal is awakening. Spirit has signaled the workplace affairs. Yeah, these mistakes. Bad idea. Infidelity, tapping into people's minds, mirroring them, and then taking their identity and their life. Four of Wands coming home. You're setting boundaries. Peace is allowed to live here. We've got message incomplete and they're uneasy. Under pressure, anxiety, decision. Time is running out. They're drifting between realms. They got to let go of the map. Because you're not on clearance. You're high value. And even while you're messy, honey, you have dignity. You're dignified. You know, people like to say, you know, unless you look gorgeous and every hair is in place, you don't match the script. And these people, they don't like the fact that you have this improvement in strength. And while it may look a little messy, it's highly valuable. You're not on clearance, honey. And they're under pressure. They can't knock you down. You got an improvement in your strength this time around. You have healed from this hardship. So we got the Knight of Wands is learning how to love the Christ within. Judgment is liberation. They were not marrying anybody. When they speak life into the surroundings. We've got secret accounts and soft armor. You don't have to be hard to be strong. You are protecting yourself. From those people who wouldn't share their snacks with you. They weren't fair. They didn't reciprocate. And you made it out alive, man. Barely. But that's the real miracle. King barely made it out alive. Invitation for romance, getting very impatient with the Empress continuously being sacrificed and left in isolation. And the ending is closed. We're closing this, and somebody is not happy. These females that are really bitchy, trying to replace the Empress. They're not happy. The door is closed on them. They cannot sacrifice the Empress anymore. You've recuperated from poverty, from hardship. The words are easy, patterns are truth. You're trusting the actions. There's been an improvement in the strength of the rose. There's an invitation to cross into the unknown. It's a goodbye. It's goodbye. It's a goodbye to the tears. It's a goodbye to the struggle. It's a goodbye, yeah. It's a goodbye to the sadness, Rose. You're authentic. You're authentic. True glow-ups don't come with filters. You're not out there presenting yourself as the perfect person, because the only way that perfection can exist is in a world of imperfection. The only way infinite potentiality can exist is within imperfection. And it's messy. It can be very messy. It's not perfect. It's not pretend. Real life has its challenges, And when people walk around as though they're not ever challenged by something, then you know it's false. And if they're not ever admitting that they're challenged, then that means they're pretending that they got it all right. You know, I mean, it's an act. Somebody's in regret, even when the machines are powering down. The machines are powering down. Life is absurd. We're undergoing a transition. Eight of Cups. We're headed more for an authentic path. Looking for... Look, there's no more sacred pause for the caretaker. There's been an investigation by the caretaker. Maybe you've been exploring and you found the caretaker. And there's a reconnect. With the caretaker. There's no more sacred pause. You're connected. Seven of Pentacles, hard work pays off. Stepping away from the machine. Those empty, cold, numb hearts. It's a miracle. Balance is being restored. You're not moonlocked. Somebody misses you. And girl, blocking is free. You got your dignity. You're blocking these empty, hollow souls or whatever. King of Pentacles is there, celebrating small wins, but they've been defeated. It's a dead end. They're drinking. They've lost their healer. Their Rose, the trapped Empress, they've lost her. There has been a return to wholeness for the Queen Bee, and somebody's obsessing over it. It's interesting how somebody would tell you to make an honest living, isn't it? When the slanderous one doesn't even know I have a full-time job. This is for fun, bitch. I share this story with you out of courtesy. And if you want to come here and be a bitch to me, I'm going to fucking block you because I don't need your shit. I'm fed up with you assholes and your fucking mouth. You understand me? This is what you are. A lying, scheming, conniving bitch. Get the fuck off my channel. Get out of my house. Because the universe is not giving her back to you. They lost their healer. They tried to sacrifice the Empress here in the recent past. There has been an improvement in the strength of the Rose. And whoever this twit is, they're not going anywhere. The door is shut in their face. This is the end of their opportunity, I heard. That's the end of her opportunity. Why? Because she kept trying to sacrifice somebody who was already deemed innocent. They had already gone through the feather test. And you got these lying snakes out there putting a knife, doing their magic, trying to sacrifice. Last night or the night before, I heard that's the end of her opportunity. There's no more giving idiots spiritual credit for unaliving people, man, and messing around with their identity. They're not taking your ticket. They lost their healer, the Queen Bee. Why? Because they abandoned the queen bee and they chose a fraud. They're not taking your ticket. They're all crying. There's been an improvement in the strength of this rose, this empress. You got nasty ass, I want that energy. It's mine. No, it's not. No, it's not. You got sudden wealth coming in. Justice is coming. They made a lot of bad choices. And now they're going to experience a scarcity because of what they did to you. So we've got celebration, a coming home. You're setting boundaries. Peace is allowed to exist. The message is they could not complete sacrificing you, and they're very uneasy. They got to drift between realms. They're having anxiety. They're under pressure because, honey, you're not on clearance. The dream weaver is here. Lucid dreams. Create your own reality. You're creating your own reality. You're not on clearance. They might want to escape. You have escaped. Knight of Wands. Whoa. Yeah. Knight of Wands, being kind to themselves. The judgment is liberation. They were not mirroring anybody. When they speak, they actually speak life into things. They could have a secret account. Soft armor. Hard to be strong. They could be getting spied on. Excuse me. We got, yeah. They weren't stingy, and it's not coming in hot. So this, this fellow here is, yeah. He's not stingy. He loves himself. He speaks the creation into being. It's not coming in hot for him. He's doing all right. But up there, we got secret workplace affair and justice for the identity thieving and such. It's a completion of a cycle with the 9 of Cups accomplishment. The Chariot's here. You're moving forward. You're safe in this storm. We're going to do less computer stuff. And those immature lying snakes are resisting. These mask wearers. A shady mask wearer attacked a grounded empress. They were trying to reshape the story. And you barely made it out alive. There's a romantic invitation, and they're impatient with this empress being sacrificed and left in isolation. The door is closing on those people who do such things, and they're not happy. We're taking a step back. Yeah. We're taking a step back from, because you care. It's like you're leaving. You're leaving those people who don't have empathy. You can see very well that they don't care about anything or anybody. You evaluated them and gained a new perspective. The door is closing on those who want to swap identities with the Empress by doing magic. The door is closing. It's the end of her opportunity. You have recovered from this hardship. You're trusting the actions. There's been an improvement in the rose's strength. There's an invitation, and we're saying goodbye. That it's authentic. Glow ups don't come with filters. It could be very painful to get your glow on. Especially when you have all these people out there sticking you, and doing stuff. So there could be an ocean of suffering here. Somebody's overwhelmed. They could be feeling overwhelmed and hopeless they could be suffering a mental illness, a narcissist, grief, anger, weakness, struggles, anxiety, spiritual death, because you got the invitation. You are saying goodbye to an ocean of suffering. Maybe because you are saying goodbye, there will be an ocean of suffering. Take it as it resonates. Five of Cups, disappointment and regret. The machines are powering down. Life is absurd. Laugh a little. You're walking away from this nastiness. You're walking away from what no longer serves you. We're no longer in a sacred pause. The investigation has been done. The caretaker has been restored. Financial growth, cash windfalls, investment assets, inheritance. Good fortune comes to me. Hard work pays off. You're stepping away from the machine. Those empty, cold, bitter Bettys. Dreams are coming true, girl. Blocking is free. You're restoring balance. You're no longer moon love. Somebody misses you. You might miss somebody. If you want peace, you got to prepare for war. The strength of this rose, this sacrificed Empress, has improved over the past many cycles. Hello, Juju. Thank you. So the King of Pentacles was celebrating small wins, and they have been defeated. They're drinking. They lost their healer, who has been returned to wholeness, the Queen Bee. Man, they're freaking out. They're obsessed. They're having anxiety because the universe won't give her back. The universe won't give her back. Because of all the confusion that they have, the backstabbing, the lying, character assassination of a queen, a royal, loyal, always royal and loyal queen. So we got the Four of Pentacles here. Greedy hoarders wanting to control the foundation Hope does not exist for them. We got nobody knows anything. Nobody knows what to do. Failure is part of the map. They got to try again. They're losing their water supply. There's no honor in what is ending here. These who are in competition with you, you've discovered the core of the problem. The ghost of you is getting a vanishing point. You're armored up. You're going to go have, what's that song? Paradise. The thug is having to deal with legal matters because they chose a fake you, and they're out there crying. But messy does not mean powerless. You're stopping giving spiritual credit to idiots, and nobody's taking your ticket. They could be mocking you, trying to disguise their fear. There's no honor in what is ending here. Oh, shit. And it's about backfire. Whatever they did here, this fake version of you here, in this attack, this magic attack that lasted 3 days, it's about to backfire. It's going to be real ugly. It's the end of our opportunity. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I think that I can go ahead and leave that one here. Perhaps oh, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here. I apologize. I have not been on in the last few days. It was so hot. And I was laying in the sun, charging up. It was wonderful. Thanks very much, everybody. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.